I'm coming to you today to talk about sponsoring. Now, when you first start out in the Park Lane jewelry business, you're thinking to yourself, that is the last thing that I'm thinking about is sponsoring somebody, because literally you just started, right? So you're wondering how the business even works, how successful you're going to be. So you kind of feel a little bit uneasy about bringing someone along on the journey with you. Can I tell you something? The absolute best time to sponsor someone is when you are brand new to the business. Why? Because you're excited. You're just starting something new, and it's always nicer to do something with one of your friends, right? So if we think about, like, if you went to dinner at a restaurant, and lots of people go to dinner on their own, and it's fine. It's no problem. You've never been to that restaurant before, perhaps, but it's much nicer if you take someone along with you, and you can both decide, what you're going to do, what you're going to eat, how the rest of the night's going to go when you go to that restaurant. So I look at it like that. I literally look at it like, wouldn't it be much more fun to do this with someone else? And it always is. So what I want you to do is have a think about maybe 4 people. So you might have just started in the business, but think about 4 people that you know that maybe could use a little bit extra cash or a little bit extra money in their budget every single week. Write down their names and have a think about how you were approached to join the business, or how you think you would like to approach people to join the business. Because after all, you can't sell a secret. And what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to share with them what you've learned or what you're taking out of the business that you really enjoy with Park Lane. And one of the things that I've found is I just like talking about my journey and my story and why I joined Park Lane. I mean, I joined for the jewelry, but obviously the income is fantastic and it really helps me out. And my circumstances over the past 9 years of being with Park Lane have completely changed. So I think you need to think about why you joined the business, and then think about people in a similar situation who could use some extra money. Who do you want to work with? Who are you friends with? Who do you have fun with? Because these are ultimately the people that you want to, do Park Lane jewelry shows with, or you might want to go on overseas travel with, because Park Lane also offer that. One thing I don't want you to think about is, oh my goodness, I can't ask my best friend to join because then she's not going to buy jewelry off me. Well, you don't really want your best friends just buying jewelry off you, because in Park Lane, we get so much free jewelry. I want to give my best friends free jewelry. I don't want them to buy it off me at all. And basically, you don't know all the same people. So when you're thinking, oh, I don't want to, sponsor that person because perhaps they'll take sales away from me, it's not just about what's taken away from you. It's what is given back to you. And I find by sponsoring people, it's such a rewarding opportunity to be able to give someone else the tools and the business and the programs to be able to make money for their family as well. And you've got to think about it in those ways. Clearly, as you sponsor people, you can move up the ranks of Park Lane, and that's fantastic. And then that gives back to you eventually, but it's not the number one reason why you ask people to join the business. After all, if you are loving something, if you were wearing something or a brand and you really loved it, it's nothing for you to share that in a conversation to someone, correctly? So you might say, oh my goodness, I bought these shoes from Whitner. I absolutely love them. They're super comfortable. I would buy them again in a heartbeat. So you're literally just sharing the product. It's the same with Park Lane, but you're not only sharing the product, you're sharing the opportunity to be able to earn money, which is such a great thing to do for women, because lots of us want to be stay-home mums, and we can't have that flexibility when we have like a long, if we're working long hours during the day, we don't get that flexibility with our children. So if you were able to earn, $300 a week, for example, and bring that into your family, but still stay home with your children and not have to have child minding for them, what a fantastic opportunity that would be for you. So I would say to you, when you're sponsoring, or you're thinking about sponsoring, or you're worried about sponsoring, please don't. Please reach out to your upline, because they will have sponsored yourself, and it's nothing for them to train you and to train your recruit as well. Eventually, when you know the business, you'll be able to take over and help more people. But initially, if you have friends that you think might like to join them up with you at the same time, so you're all learning together. Sponsoring is such a great opportunity to be able to share the ability to make money and to share this amazing business with someone else, and also to hang out with them, do parties with them, be online with them. Is just a great thing to do with your friends. So I would say to you, don't be scared of it. The best time to sponsor is when you first start in the business, and just keep sharing that opportunity. So never ever stop. One thing I learned very early on in my Park Lane Jewelry career is, and I've been with them for nearly 9 years, is never stop sharing the opportunity. So there would always be a trip that was coming up, or always something happening. But instead of waiting and sponsoring only when trips happen or only when something's happening, it's so much better to be sponsoring all the time, because often a trip will start and you won't even know that it started because the dates are backdated and you already have recruits that have started. And you don't get to do that if you're holding off or not wanting to share the opportunity, or holding off for an opportunity to share that benefits yourself. So I'd say to you, never stop sharing the opportunity. Remember that this is something that if you love it, someone else could love it, and it really could change somebody's life. And wouldn't that just be amazing to know that you shared an opportunity with someone that changed their financial situation or helped them be able to stay home with their children? So please have a think about it. Even if you've just started out in the business, sponsoring is a really rewarding thing to do. And it is just a phenomenal business. And why wouldn't you want to share the opportunity with someone?